Are you finally ready to get one of these poolside tables so that way you can enjoy drinks while you're floating around? Yes, it is finally time. I'm Mira, and we finally decided to give one of these beauties a try, and oh boy, am I glad we did. I know there's a couple of plastic options out there, some of them that fold, some of them that don't. This one does a couple of things I haven't seen any of the others do, which is why we decided to go for it. First off, it is metal, right? You can kind of see that. It's not a plastic top, it doesn't have any indentions or anything, but it does have some drainage gaps, which is nice because some of the plastic ones that I've seen are just solid surface. We get a fair amount of rain throughout the year, so having some of these drainage openings is definitely a plus for us. It has some hooks on the side here, and a basket on the other side. That way we can store pool toys away without our dogs chewing them up or finding them all over the yard. This thing is different because you actually have to assemble it. These are separate plates, as you can see. They basically send you these little connector pieces right here that you slide in the grooves and then secure with some screws, and that's what holds this entire thing together. Since everything operates on rails underneath here, it's super flexible in terms of like what kind of pool you want to install this on. It definitely has to be a solid above ground pool, but these rails right here that you screw in completely can slide to the left or to the right, so it doesn't matter how far the distance between these two is. From an installation process, they do say to measure them at the beginning before you screw them in, but I found that if you leave the little screws inside if you're loose and just hook them to the pool first, you actually do have the option to still secure the screws after you put it on. You have the opportunity to move this left or right and make sure it's perfect just the way you are without you having to tighten the screws, install it on your pool just to notice that it doesn't perfectly line up with the legs. It is super easy. They slide easily. There's not a lot of like work in terms of like pushing or having to force things into place from an install perspective. And then as you can see, they come with these little arms right here because this one actually folds down. What you have to do to fold this down is to grab these little hooks at the bottom, push them down, and that's it. And then when you're done, you just pull it back up and it locks in place. One of the main things I've noticed when doing research on these is that most of these side tables have connector anchors right here that actually protrude inwards into the pool quite a bit. And I didn't love that, considering we have little ones playing, moving around, maybe trying to do a whirlpool while walking through the pool, and that would have just been in the way. So I'm really excited that these hardly have any overhang at all. Putting you on the inside, that makes sure you have a really solid grip, and overall that made it an absolute must-have for us. Since we get a fair amount of sun, I was worried that the surface was going to get really hot considering it is metal, and it does get warm. Temperature-wise, it feels about the same as the pool structure itself, so there's really no difference there. Now, excuse me, well, I'm going to go for a dip and grab a drink while I'm at it.